says 16 through 17. If you got it, say amen. If you don't got it, say hold up.
Group 1 is 16.
And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither the goest I will go, and where the lodgest I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Where thou diest, where I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do to me, and more also if thou, but death part thee and me. I just read Ruth 1 verses 16 to 17. We're going to have a prayer with one for our youth pastor.
Good morning. This morning we should be a little excited because today is our Youth Sunday. What better way to have our youth other than in church? If I can speak a little bit, I feel something from my heart because everything is about the children and the youth. Okay? We're not going to always be here. We're not going to always be in charge. So what better way to train up our children other than being in the church? Because these children are faced with so much these days. Once they step outside these four walls, they're faced with so many challenges. So many challenges that are far greater than anything that we can ever imagine. Everything that these kids want to know is right here, right at their fingertips. And that's scary. That's scary. Because when we was growing up, it took us, we had to go through some things in order to find out some of the stuff that we know. But everything that they want to know, right at the touch of their fingers. So when they're faced with all these challenges and these temptations, they can come right back to the house of the Lord. So I will ask you to join me in a prayer. Let's all bow our heads and let's pray for them as they go through everything that they go through. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you this morning humble, and we're asking you to watch out for our children. Watch out for our children each day as they prepare to go into adulthood. But right now, as they are children, they are in the house of the Lord, which is no better place that they can be. Lord, they are faced with so many challenges and temptations these days that we can, as adults, we can't even imagine what they're going through. But the only beautiful thing about this entire situation is that they're here. They're here in the house of the Lord, and they have that foundation. They have that foundation that we are instilling in them every day, Lord. We thank you for these things, and we ask you to continue to bless these children.
Right now, Lord.
And we ask that they find it in their hearts to ask some of their friends to come into the house.
Thank you, Lord.
Because it starts with them. Because we're not going to always be here.
Thank you, Lord.
We ask you all of these things in the name of your mighty Son, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Come on, put your hands together all over the building. Come on, put your hands together. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Brothers and sisters, put your hands together all over this place. I feel a praise break in this place. And I want to do something, you may be seated. I want to do something as our musicians play softly, just a little different than we normally do things. And whenever the preachers say we're going to do something different, if you've been in and around the church been a length of time, you automatically say to yourself, Lord have mercy, how long the church going to last today? Because preachers love church. And we can stay in church all day. There's a game coming on though around noon. We're going to try to have you out so that you can at least catch the full quarter. we gonna see to it that you don't miss any of the game. But I know some of you are real smart. You're real smart. As soon as I grab the microphone, some of you grab your phone and you already put the game on record. You can do that from here. You can record the game at home from here, from your phone. So I'm gonna give you about 30 seconds to go ahead and hit the record. But go ahead, you got my permission, hit the record. But I just wanna do something that in the life of our church, at this stage in the service, we've never done this before. Gloria has been at our church since she was about 10 years old. And she said, I know she's saying to herself, Pastor, you mean to tell me out of 14 years you're going to do something today that you've never done before? I've gone off to college, I've come back, and it seemed like you were doing the same thing before I went to college that you were doing after I come back from college. Now, what are you getting ready to do different that you've never done before? Here it is, don't you miss it. I want one of our elders to come and share a testimony with us. We've never done this at this portion of the service. We gonna give testimony. We usually wait until the service gets started, but I believe that you need to hear what Elder Hall has to say by way of her testimony. She was going to tell it in our early service, but her daughter told her, Mama, you talk too much. So I told her daughter, don't tell her what to do, no matter how old she is.
Praise the Lord, saints. I just want to talk about how good God is. And let me tell you something. I don't care if you have a deadline and that deadline has passed, God is still good. He's God. I had a deadline about 3 weeks ago. And the deadline passed and I wasn't able to make that deadline. And so on Friday, I called the person and I said, listen, I couldn't make that deadline. I just need to know what I need to do now. And so he said, this is what I'm going to do for you. He said, you bring me this. He said, and everything else is taken care of. And I knew that was nobody but God, because the deadline had way passed. And I said, Lord, I don't care what anybody tells me. I don't care what anybody says. God is God all by himself.
Yes, he is.
And he does not operate in time.
Come on.
He goes outside of time to do what he's going to do for you.
Yes.
And so I just want you to know today that, if you've got something that's coming up and you feel like you can't make it, all you have to do is say, Lord, I give it to you, because that's what I did. I said, Lord, I give this to you. I can't do it. You're going to have to do it. And the time passed and I said, okay, well, Lord, maybe it wasn't in your will. But it's not. It's like what the preacher said this morning. What is on your mind?
Oh, yeah.
And my mind was with God is going to make a way out of no way.
That's right.
And let me tell you, he made a way out of no way.
Okay.
It was past the deadline. But he not only did he still give me time to do it, but he gave me favor and erased everything else that I needed to do.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know he's an awesome God. He's an awesome God.
Come on, you can do better than that. Come on, you can do better than that. We're getting ready to move on. One more testimony and we're moving on. You really need to hear this. And don't ask me why I'm doing this, because if you did, I really wouldn't be able to answer you other than I'm being led by the Spirit. She kind of had an idea that I might have her to share that with you. She did have some idea. At least she had an inkling that I might. I started looking toward her way and I could see the expression on her face. And the expression on her face said, Pastor's about to call me up here. Now this brother don't know he's about to testify. He has no clue. Matter of fact, he rode all the way to church with me this morning. And he didn't know that he was going to tell his testimony. Just give us about 30 seconds. Come on, Brother John, and share with us what God is doing in your life right now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I believe I found a home.
Amen.
That's all. God will do it for that.
Amen.
Brother John called me 2 Fridays ago, and he said, Pastor, I'm at Beaumont Hospital. And he said, the doctors really don't know what's going on. Because what's going on with him, there is no medical answer for it. You didn't hear me.
Come on, yeah.
I told you he rode all the way to church with me. He didn't drive here, but he's here.
Amen.
And what's going on with him, there's no medical explanation for what's going on with him. But does it look like to you anything's wrong with him? Come on, you can do better than that. Come on, you can do better than that. Our God is a good God. And from heaven he reigns and rules. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege and my honor, as every pastor believes he has the greatest praise team this side of the Jordan River, to give to you the greatest praise team this side of the Jordan River. Put your hands together all over this place and let us receive our praise team for the morning.
All right, now, I'd like to present to you the hardest working praise team in Texas. Come on now.
now. Come on, put your hands together all over the building and give the Lord a rousing round of applause.
All the glory belongs to you. All the glory belongs to you, oh God. All the glory belongs to you. All the glory belongs to you, oh God. All the glory belongs to you. All the glory belongs to you, oh God. All the glory belongs to you. All the glory belongs to you, oh God. We say
wasn't for God's glory.